Hi, everybody. Hello, my beautiful tribe. I hope that you're doing well today. Thank you for joining me for class again, and I hope that this finds you well. I miss you all. I love you all, and I cannot wait until we get together again in the same room for one big, loving, squishy hug. Meanwhile, we can keep meeting here on the mat virtually through our video streams. We're going to start in a reclined position today. Coming down on your backs. Taking a nice deep breath in, close the eyes. And sigh it out. Deep breath in. And sigh. And one more time, all the way up to the top. Holding it for 2, 1, and sigh it all out. Feel your muscles releasing and relaxing. Allow your shoulders to melt into the earth, releasing any tension there. Let the muscles around your ankles and your wrists go. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Feeling that breath like ocean waves washing over your body, bringing you peace and calm. Breathing in love and light. Exhaling anything that doesn't serve you, getting rid of tension, stress, doubt, fear, darkness. Just let it all go. Connecting with your breath. Connecting with your heartbeat. Just taking the time to center yourselves. Calm the spirit. Quiet the mind and ground down through the earth. With each round of breath, feeling the tension melting away a little bit more and a little bit more. Breathing in self-confidence and strength. Breathing in love, peace, and good health. Two more breaths this way. Breathing in deeply, exhaling completely. And then bring those hands to heart center, pressing the thumbs into the sternum. And set an intention, choosing something positive. Choosing balance, or calm, confidence, self-acceptance, love or gratitude. Then bringing those thumbs to that third eye, inhaling here, and exhaling, releasing those hands up to the sky above your head, and then reaching north to south for a nice big stretch. Reaching away to opposite walls, and then stretching just the right side. And just the left side. Again, over to the right, reaching away. And back to the left. And reaching both sides at the same time. Then bringing those knees up to the belly. Giving yourself a loving hug, rocking it side to side, and letting those eyes flutter open gently. And placing your hands on top of your knees and just making knee circles here. Massaging that lower back, letting go of any tension in the hips, spine, that sacrum and the piriformis area, sciatic area, and reversing those circles. And pointing the feet toward the earth and then raising the feet up to the sky, pointing those toes to the sky, bending the knees, pointing the toes back to the earth and up to the sky. Feel that nice stretch at the back of the leg, again, down to the earth and up to the sky. Now flex those feet, point the toes toward your head and slowly lower that right foot all the way down, nice and controlled. Bend the knee, bring it back up, and now the left, all the way down. Nice control here, bringing it back up, and again on the right. Slowly warming up the hips, the knees, the ankles, lowering on the left. Back up to the sky one more time on the right. And bringing it back and left. And bringing it back in, knees into the belly. Another big hug. Rocking side to side. And then bringing those knees nice and wide, pressing them away, scooping them back together at the base of the spine and back to the heart. Opening, making wide knee circles here. And then at the bottom of the spine, opening the knees, bringing it back up to the heart, bringing it back together, reversing those circles, warming up those hips. And then air cleaning out those arms. We're going to drop the knees over to the right elbow and the gaze over to the left. Gently warming up that spine. Bringing it back to center and over to the left and gazing to the right. Just breathing into that side body, releasing any tension all the way up from the shoulders to the hip. And bringing it back to center, hugging it in again. And then crossing at the ankles and rolling up into a seated position, coming into a comfortable cross. Sitting up nice and tall. And then dropping the chin to the chest, exhaling here. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Keep breathing this way with your movement. Back to the heart one more time, up to the sky. And back to the heart. Now let's raise those arms up. Nice deep inhale. Chin follows the hands up. Let those palms connect and then roll the wrists. All the way down, dropping that chin to the heart. Reaching up. And roll those wrists. And reaching up again. Nice big stretch and then press that space around you away. Again, inhale. And exhale. Pressing those fingertips into the earth, leaving them there. Inhaling up, pressing that heart up to the sky. And then exhale down, rounding the back away. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times this way. And when you press that heart forward, draw those shoulder blades together. And back to the heart. Let's inhale up to center, palms connect. We're going to twist it over to the right. Sitting up nice and tall. And through center and over to the left. Back to center, palms face forward, and let's walk those hands out in front. Nice forward fold here. Sliding those fingers away, stretching the top of the shoulders, and then folding down. Come up onto the fingertips. Walk the hands to frame that right knee. Lengthen with a nice deep inhale, and then folding it down. Maybe walking the hands back toward the back corner a little bit further. Lift and fold, and release it all down to the earth. Coming up onto that forearm, reaching that left arm over. Nice stretch, pressing that left hip down. And then turn the palm up. Reach it away a little further, bringing the hands back together, pressing the heart toward the earth. Walking it back through center, over to the left. Inhale up and lengthen, fold. Walk the hands back a little further. Inhale, lengthen, and fold it down. I'm going to come up onto that left forearm. Right arm reaches up and over. Press that right hip down. Good. Flip that right palm up to the sky. Stretch a little bit further, and then bringing those hands back together, pressing the heart down. And walking it back to center. And bring those hands behind you. Fingers face the bum. Draw the shoulder blades together. Press the heart up toward the sky and drop the head back gently. And maybe rolling up onto those knees if you like, pressing into the tops of the feet, getting those hips nice and high. And lowering all down, changing the cross of the legs. We're going to do that series one more time. Inhale up. And exhale, press that air away. Inhale up. And press. 2 more times. Inhale. And press. And inhale. And press. This time bringing those arms up, hands connect. And twisting over to the right. And bringing it back through center and over to the left. Back to center, palms face forward, walking it out in front, doing that forward fold here for this hip. Inhale, coming onto the fingertips, press the bum back and then slide the hands away. Lower the shoulders and the head between the shoulders. Then walk the hands over to the right, frame that knee, lengthen and fold. Walk the hands back a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen and fold it down. Coming on to that right forearm, left arm reaches up and over. Press the left hip down. Turn that left palm up. Reach a little further and bring those hands back together. Press the heart down. Walk it back through center and over to the left. Inhale, lengthen that spine and fold. Walk the hands back a little bit more. Turn that torso. Lengthen and fold it down. Really feeling that stretch here in that right hip. Coming on to that right forearm, the left forearm, right arm reaches up and over. Really pressing that right hip down and then turning that right palm up, stretching a little bit further. Hands back together, pressing the heart. And walking it back to center. Bring those fingers behind the bum, doing that back bend one more time. Press the palms, drop the shoulders back. Drop the head back, shoulder blades together. Press up onto those knees. And lower it all down. Opening up the right foot on a 45. Inhale up to center. We're going to walk it out in front. Stretching out those hips today, getting rid of all that tension. Coming up onto the fingertips, and we're going to walk it over to frame that left knee. So the sternum is directly over your knee. lengthen, and then fold it forward. Coming onto the left forearm, reaching that right arm over. And then we're going to float it over to the right and reach the left. Floating it back over to the left, reaching the right. And walking it back to center, dragging the hands in. Inhale up, and we're going to frame over that right leg, reaching the heart toward the toes. Gaze is toward the toes. Inhale, lengthen that spine, and bending those elbows gently. And watching not to hyperextend your neck, just a nice long spine here. Inhale, lengthen, and then fold down over that shin. Shoulders are relaxed. And then drag the hands up the legs. Inhale up to center, pressing the left palm and the right sole. We're going to reach the hips forward, coming up onto that left knee and reaching that right arm back behind you. You're trying to touch the wall behind you. Nice stretch here, then lowering it all down. Changing the cross. Extending the left, tucking the right. Toes toward the sky. Inhale it up and walk it out in front. Onto the fingertips and walk those hands over to frame the right knee. Sternum folds over that knee. Letting those shoulders and neck go. Coming onto that right forearm, left arm reaches over. Nice, beautiful stretch here. I'm going to float it over to the left. We're reaching the right. And floating it back to the right, reaching the left. We're walking the hands back to the front and in. Inhale up, and we're going to frame over that left leg, reaching the heart toward the toes. Again, bending those elbows slightly. And shoulders are relaxed. Gaze toward those toes. Inhale, lengthen that spine, and then fold the forehead to the shin. Drag the hands up the legs. Inhale up. We're going to press the right palm and the left sole, reaching those hips forward again. And reaching that arm to the wall behind you. Get a nice arch in the back. And lowering it all down. Bringing the soles of the feet together for cobbler's pose. Clasping the hands around the feet. And then pressing the heart forward, draw the shoulder blades together. And press those shoulders down. We're going to butterfly those knees. Warming up those hips, opening those joints. And then coming to stillness here, let's press the heart forward and draw the elbows back. Chin stays level with the floor. And then rounds the back away, drawing the chin to the heart. Inhale, press it forward. Again, drawing those shoulder blades together. And then rolling it back. Really extending those arms nice and long. Nice big stretch between the shoulder blades, top of the shoulders. Press it forward, elbows back. And then exhale, rounding it away. Doing that 2 more times. Inhale forward. And exhale away. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Good, bringing it forward, sitting up nice and tall, drawing those shoulder blades together. Let's fold it down over those feet. Wherever you are is fine. Listening to your body today. Inhale, lengthen, and then fold it down. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can walk those hands out in front or slide those fingers away. Just letting the head and the shoulders go. Maybe swaying side to side today. Whatever feels good. And then dragging the hands up, rolling it up. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. Up, back and down. 2 more times. And then up, forward and down. 2 more times. Good. Coming back to your comfortable cross, we're going to drop that chin to the heart. Then bring it over to the right shoulder and up to the sky. Dropping it back and coming into neck rolls here. Maybe closing the eyes. Just taking your time through any areas that feel particularly tense or where it feels extra good. Inhaling as you come back. Exhaling as you come toward the heart. When you feel ready, changing directions of those neck circles. And one more time around in this direction. Bringing your head back to center. We're going to bring that right hand over to the left ear and draw the right ear to the shoulder. Drop that shoulder down. Let gravity do the work here. We're trying to stretch the outside of the left part of the neck. And then maybe walking those fingers away. Flip the palm up. Bring those fingers onto the shoulder, encouraging a little more space. And then floating over to the left hand to the right ear. Shoulder down and walking those fingers away till you feel that stretch and then flip the palm up. Fingertips on the shoulder, just pressing that shoulder a little bit more. Back again to the right. Bring those fingers to the shoulder. And again to the left. Flip that palm up and on to the shoulder. Bringing it back to center, arms out in front, bending those elbows. Let those fingertips find the base of your skull and then draw the elbows towards your lap. Inhale, open those elbows, press the heart forward, and then exhale, draw it down again. Inhale up. And exhale, draw it down one more time. And open up that heart, press it forward, bringing the hands behind the back. Interweave those fingers, press the knuckles toward the earth, and maybe lifting those fingers away from the lower back. And nice opening in the front of the shoulders and the heart. Roll those shoulders back. And release, hands on the knees. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to trunk roll to the right. Inhaling as you come back. Bringing those arms nice and long, and then exhale as you come forward. Bringing that belly as low to the earth as possible. And maybe bring the eyes closed while you're working. Bring it inward. Letting that head and shoulders roll loosely. Whatever feels good. And then reversing those trunk rolls over to the left. And one more time around in this direction, pausing with your heart at center. Rolling it up, one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And extend the legs out in front. Walk the flesh away from your sits bones and then windshield wiper the feet. Point the toes away, sitting up nice and tall, and flex the feet. Curl the toes, spread them out nice and wide. Point the toes away. Flex the feet, curl the toes, and spread them wide in ankle circles here. And reverse those circles. And coming to stillness, Inhaling up, lifting that heart toward the sky and then folding forward over those shins. Inhale, lift up, lengthen and fold. Lengthen and fold. One more time. Lengthen and fold. Or maybe today it's a little more tight and you need to keep lengthening and folding each round of breath. Shoulders are relaxed. And drag the hands up the legs. Place your hands by your hips, bring your feet nice and wide, and we're going to windshield wiper those knees. Pressing the inner knee down to the earth. And maybe the outer knee reaches the earth as well. Getting a nice twist in those hips. And then dropping those knees over to the right. And we're going to stack the right foot over the left. Just feel that opening here in the left side of the hip and maybe turning the torso toward the front, getting a nice stretch, or even a little bit further, pushing with the hands. Bringing it back to center, unwinding the legs. Windshield wiper over to the left. Stacking the left on top of the right. This is plenty. Or pressing into the palms to turn your torso toward the right. Getting a bigger stretch here. And releasing that. We're going to come into tabletop here. Bring your feet behind you, stacking your joints. And then dropping that belly, gazing up with a nice inhale. And exhale, rounding the back away. Really press it away. Inhale, up. And exhale, round. Keep moving with your breath. A few more times, each direction. And last time, up and rounding that spine away. Bringing the knees nice and wide, big toes touch, sitting it back for a wide-legged child's pose. Wiggle the belly between the knees. Come onto the fingertips, press that bum back near the heels and lower the head. Maybe rolling the forehead on here. And coming to stillness, wrapping your hands around your back, weaving those fingers together, pressing the knuckles towards your heels, and then maybe raising those hands up to the sky. Really pressing the hands away. And release, pressing the palms. Coming back into your table. Curl the toes, then come into down dog. Press your right heel and pause there. And then press the left heel and pause there. Come back to center. Press those shoulders towards your shins. Come up onto the toes. Really lift those heels. And lower them down. Raise that right foot to the sky. Ankle circles. And reversing those circles. And lower that foot, left foot up. And ankle circles here. And reverse those circles. Bringing it back to down dog. Inhale onto the toes, press the shoulders back. Lower the heels down, right foot up. Bend the knee and come into fire hydrant here. Really lifting that knee toward the sky. And then straighten that leg back up, point those toes, press the shoulders back, lower that leg. Coming up on the right toes, left foot up. Bend that knee and fire hydrant on this side. Straighten that leg, really point those toes. Press the shoulders back, lower that foot. And then coming down onto our knees, sitting back on our heels. Roll those wrists. Reverse the roll. We're going to come into coyote, so turning our hands so that our fingers face our knees. Planting the right hand, the left hand underneath the knee, and then the right. And then just press forward. Draw the shoulder blades together and gaze up at the sky. Stretching out the wrist area, carpal tunnel area, the forearm. You can sway back and forth if you want to do one and then the other. And then releasing that one hand at a time. Taking the back of the hands onto the mat and the fingers face your knees. We're going to roll it away and roll it back, almost like you're rolling dough. Roll it away and roll it back. I'm not a baker, so I don't know. It's just what I assume it looks like. And one more time, roll it away and roll it back. Bring those fingers together and make circles with the wrists. And reverse those circles. Good, coming back into table. And into down dog. Raise the right foot up to the sky. Knee to nose. Really squeeze it in. And press it back. And bring that foot outside of your right hand, coming into high lizard. And lifting it back. Lower that foot. Raising the left foot up. Knee to nose. Press it back. Step the foot outside of your left hand for high lizard. Lifting it back to down dog. Three-legged and lower that foot. Coming back to the right. Knee to nose. Press it back. Step the foot outside of your right hand. Drop those hips down and bring it back into three-legged. And drop that foot over to the left. Raise it up. Knee to nose. Lift it up and lizard. Dropping those hips. Stretching out those hip flexors. Lift it up to three-legged and drop it down. Come up onto those toes, bend the knees. Sink those hips back, lift it up. Press the heels one more time. Sink it down. Lift it up. Then come up onto the toes, bend the knees, hop it up. Or forward fold. Inhale halfway. And fold it down. Bring those feet nice and wide. Coming into ragdoll here. Lift halfway, lengthen, and fold it down. Grabbing opposite elbows. And just swaying side to side. You can bend the knees here. Let the thighs and bellies meet. Nodding the head yes. Shaking the head no. And then placing the hands on top of the feet and rolling it up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Up, back and down, up, forward and down. And then bring those feet back to hips distance. We're going to come into Tadasana, mountain pose. So you can either have your feet in line with your hips down the center of your leg bones, or you can bring the big toes and heels to touch. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and puff that heart up toward the sky. Press the fingers toward the earth. Press those palms forward. Feel that energy. It's a very simple pose, but there's a lot of energy going on here. And then lift up through the torso so that your crown is reaching the sky a little bit closer. And maybe coming up onto those toes, lifting those heels up, really pressing those hands down, inhaling and exhaling. Take a nice deep breath in and release. Inhale, hook those thumbs, reach back, open up that heart nice and wide. Swan dive all the way down. Fingertips. And fold, bend the knees, reverse swan, reach it up and back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, up and back, open the heart, keep opening, and swan dive. fingertips. And fold, reverse one all the way up. Reach it back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale back. Open, keep opening, and swan. Fingertips. And fold, stepping the right foot back for warrior one. Sinking nice and low, aligning those hips and shoulders forward, shoulders relaxed. Beautiful. Then opening up for warrior two. Really reaching those arms to opposite walls. Flipping that front palm, we're going to reverse our warrior, reaching that right hand toward the calf. Keep extending that warrior. And back into warrior two. Let's come into side angle. Nice active arm on the left and reaching the right arm up. Extend it overhead toward the front wall. Nice rolling that right hip toward the sky. And back into reverse warrior. Working that core. Back into warrior two. Back hand meets the front. Roll up that back heel and we're going to step up. Coming into warrior three on our left foot. So you want to shift your weight forward. Bend that back knee. And then extend all your limbs. At the same time, pressing forward and back equally. Knee up to the belly, hands to the heart. And lower that foot. Good job. Inhale it up and back. Open that heart. Keep opening. And swan dive. Fingertips. And fold, stepping the left foot back for warrior one. Going through that series on this side. Opening for warrior two. Reversing that warrior. Extending that warrior behind you. And back to warrior two. Coming into side angle on this side. We're reaching that arm up. And then extend it. And then reversing back to reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Back hand meets the front, flipping up that back heel, shifting your weight into your right leg, bending that back knee, and coming into warrior three. Knee to the belly, hands to the heart, and lower it all down. Taking a nice deep breath here. And sigh it out. Deep breath. And sigh. Reach it up and back. Open that heart. And swan dive. Fingertips. And fold, stepping back to plank. Squeezing those thighs together. Holding plank for 3, 2, 1. Bringing the right knee to the right elbow. And back. Left knee. And back. And finding down dog. Up onto the toes. Bend the knees. Hop it up. Forward fold. Halfway. And fold. Reverse. Reach it back. Hands to the heart. Reach it up. Open. And swan dive. Fingertips. And fold. Hop it back to plank. Knee and elbow. Knee and elbow. Back to down dog. Bend the knees. Hop it up. Forward fold. Halfway. And fold. Reverse it. All the way up. Reach it back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Step it side to side here. Keep that heart rate up. Taking a nice little break. And we're going to do side taps and go into squats. So side tap, back to the right and squat. Reach it out. Sticking that bum back, rolling it up. Side tap, side tap. Over to the left and squat. Reach it forward, roll it up. One more time on each side. Over to the right and squat. And roll it up. And last time on the left. burning a couple calories, and squatting here, rolling it up. Bringing the feet nice and wide. Turn the toes out and the heels in. We're gonna come into goddess. Bringing those legs a little bit wider so that when you squat, your knees are over your ankles. You don't want to have this going on. We're always supporting those joints. Press the tailbone forward and the shoulders back. Come down a little bit lower. Maybe a little bit lower. Bring that pelvis forward. Cactus arms. We're going to straighten our limbs, hands together. Press them away, scoop them back to the heart. Back to cactus arms. Extend, press the palms. Squat it down, back to the heart and cactus arms. 2 more times, reach it up. Scoop it up, back to the heart. Cactus arms, reach it up. Scoop it out, squat, back to the heart. And cactus arms. Good, hands on the hips. And straighten those legs. Turn the toes in, heels out. Maybe bring the feet a little bit wider. We're going to go for a back bend here. Bending the knees gently and finding your back pockets. We're going to walk our hands down the back of our legs, pressing those hips forward. Taking your time. And when you're ready, walking it back up carefully. Hands on the hips, tucking that chin and gazing forward. Gets rid of any dizziness. And then pressing down into the feet. Gentle bend in the knees. We're going to hinge at the hips. Coming down with a nice flat back. All the way down. And once your head is hanging, you can place your hands underneath your head. And adjust your feet a little wider if you need. Come onto the fingertips, flat back. And fold. Grabbing for your ankles. Maybe drawing yourself into a deeper fold. And press the palms. We're going to turn those right toes out and lunge over to the side. Maybe coming up onto that left heel. Toes are toward the sky. Maybe the hands come to heart center. Or maybe just keep pressing your palms. Or you can press your right palm and raise that left arm up. This feels so good on the lower back. And maybe extending that reach. Bringing the hands back down. Coming up carefully. And we're going to switch sides. We're turning the right toes in. Left toes out. Bending that left knee. And coming over to the left. Rolling up onto that right heel. Hands to heart center. Good job. Maybe pressing that left palm and reaching that right arm up. And extending it. Bringing the hands back together. Pressing down the right foot. Walking it back to center and then turn the heels out again. Toes in, heels out. Coming on to those fingertips. Nice flat back and then folding it down again. Reaching for those ankles. Drawing yourself in a little bit closer. Maybe you can fold yourself directly in half. Maybe in another lifetime. Press the right hand under the face and reach that left arm up. Coming into a nice spinal twist here. Really roll that left shoulder back and reach toward the sky. Maybe wrap it around your back, finding that front right pocket. Breathing here. And releasing, pressing that left palm. And reaching that right arm up. Really roll that shoulder back and then maybe wrapping it and finding your front left pocket. So familiar yet so foreign. Unwinding, pressing the palms up onto the fingertips. Press down into the feet, hands on the hips, bend the knees gently, and then press up with a nice flat back. Bring those feet back to center. Roll out those ankles. Good job. We're going to inhale up. Reach it back. Open that heart. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, up. Reach it back. Open the heart. Hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale. Open the heart. And hands to the heart. We're going to come into tree on the right, pressing that right sole down. Inhale that left knee up to the belly. Flex that foot. And press that sole away. Really press the earth away with your right foot. Bringing that knee back to the belly. We're going to press it behind us, but bending that right knee a little bit. Shifting your center of gravity and then extending out. Really reaching. Back to the belly and the heart. And then opening that knee. And planting your tree. Now you can have kickstand with your toes on the earth. Bringing it to the calf. Inner thigh, just not on the knee. Or you can even bring it to half lotus, tucking your heel into your hip joint and then pressing the knee back. And my knees don't particularly care for that pose. So I bring it to inner thigh and raising the branches, opening that heart, really open those shoulders, back and down. Maybe bringing the hands together behind your back. Then pressing the knuckles toward the earth and rolling that heart toward the sky. Hands back together, knee back to the belly. And we're going to kick that foot out and swing it behind the right leg. Coming down into a bow here. Releasing the shoulders and the neck. Getting a nice stretch on the outside of that right hip. Hands to the heart. Rolling it up, bringing it back to center, and rolling that ankle. One more side, planting the left sole. And bringing that right knee up to the belly. Flex that foot. Pressing that right sole away. Back to the belly, bending the left knee. We're going to come into warrior three on this side. And lengthening all your limbs at the same time. Back to the heart and the belly. And then opening and planting that tree. Good job. Roll that heart toward the sky. Open those branches. We're super windy today, so maybe you want to add a little wind, challenging our balance. Trees have to stand in the wind too. Or bringing those hands behind your back. Like before, clasping them together and pressing the knuckles toward the earth. Lift that heart toward the sky. Really opening that heart center and that throat chakra. And bringing it back to the heart, back to the belly, kicking that foot out and swinging it behind that foot. Coming into that bow on the side. And bringing the hands back to the heart, pressing up. Back to center and rolling out that left ankle. Bringing the feet apart. We're going to come into empty coat sleeves. Just swinging those arms and lifting the opposite heel. Nice gentle spinal twists here. Cooling down that heart rate. Releasing that lower back. Good. Coming back to the top of our space, crossing the ankles, and having a seat, however you want to get there. We're going to do some boat work before we come down onto our backs. So you want to move those heels nice and close to your bum. Hug those shins in, press the heart forward and between the knees. Shoulders are back, reaching the arms forward and plug in those shoulders. And rock back onto your sits bones, lift those feet up. Really press that heart forward, draw the shoulder blades together, and maybe lift those legs halfway, all the way, whatever version of boat you want to do. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly lower it all the way down and letting it go once you reach the earth. Taking a nice deep breath in, then sighing it all out. One more time, inhale. And let it go. Tenting those knees. We're going to press up for bridge. Press the palms at your hips. And this time, suction cup the palms of your hands so you're up on your fingertips. We're going to press up. Inhale. Really pressing the knees toward each other and pressing those hips up. And then pressing into the earth so your arms are super active. And lowering down slowly. Inhale up. And lower it down. 2 more times. All the way up, maybe coming up onto the toes this time. Really pressing up, pressing up. Lowering it down. And last time. All the way up onto the toes. Press those fingers. And lower it all down. And bring those feet out to the sides of your mat. Drop the knees toward each other. Just releasing any tension in the outside of the hips. And then heel toe the feet back together so that the soles touch and let those knees drop out. Place those palms inside the thighs and encourage a little more opening here. It's so good to practice with you guys today. My practice yesterday got interrupted by Mother Nature, raining on all of my devices, and I didn't get to complete it, so it made me a little crabby. But this was such a good practice. Energetic, yet gentle. And just knowing that you're there makes it special. Bring those knees back together. Feet to hips distance, and then crossing the right foot over the left. Taking an inhale, and exhale, pressing that right thigh away with your hand. Bring that left thigh up to the belly, clasp the hands, and squeeze it in nice and tight. Both feet are flexed, shoulders down around against the earth. Inhale, and exhale, drawing that left knee a little closer to your underarm. And maybe rocking toward the left. Feel that stretch on the right hip. Extend that left foot up to the sky, reaching the hands behind the calf or the ankle. Draw that foot even closer. Drop the shoulders down. And then point and flex. And point and flex, and making ankle circles. And reversing those circles. And then curl those toes and spread them out. Bend the knee and release that foot, dropping it down, changing the cross of your legs. Left over right, inhale. And I'm pressing that left thigh away. And bringing the right thigh up to your belly. Clasp the hands and squeeze it in, flexing those feet. Shoulders down. The back of the neck is nice and long. You don't want to have it compressed in the back with your chin up. Bring your chin level with the floor. Inhale, releasing that. Exhale, drawing that right knee closer to the underarm and maybe rocking toward the right, feeling that left hip opening up on the outside. And releasing that, drawing that right foot up to the sky, reaching behind the calf or the ankles. Bring the leg in a little closer, shoulders down, and then point those toes. And flex. Point. Flex and ankle circles. And reversing those circles. Curl those toes. And spread them out. And releasing that all the way down to the earth again, bringing those feet together at the base of your spine, letting the knees drop out, arms up overhead, clasping opposite elbows. Just breathe in here. Bringing those knees back together, raising the feet up to the sky, nice long legs, Flexing those feet, waterfall. Then you can V the legs apart, bring them back together or cross them in the center. Just as long as your feet are over, your legs are above your heart, getting that circulation backward started. Then you can bring your legs into a wide straddle if you like, placing your hands on the inside of your thighs or on top of your calves. Roll those shoulders back against the earth. Bring the legs together, bend the knees, happy baby here, reaching for those arches and then stacking the ankles directly over the knees, and then draw those knees apart using those hands. Shoulders are against the earth and then rocking side to side. Massaging that lower back, the outside of our hips. And releasing that, we're going to bring our left heel to the inside of our right knee, and then folding down our right foot on top of our left knee, and then either grabbing on to the knees with our hands or wrapping the arms around. We're going to compress everything for reclining fire log, maybe rocking side to side. And trying to release those shoulders down to the earth. And releasing that, changing the cross, and we're going to open up the left foot, bring the right foot inside of that left knee, folding the left foot down to the right knee, and again, compressing it all in. Shoulders relax. Maybe rocking. And releasing that, feet back up to the sky. We're going to point our toes and then flex our feet and slowly lower that right foot all the way down with nice control, as slow as you can go. And then the left foot follows all the way down. Nice control here. Releasing that to the earth. Bringing the feet nice and wide, letting the toes flop out to the side. Wiggle those shoulders down, away from the ears, and bring the shoulder blades closer together. So lift up, roll them together, lower back down, and then straighten those arms, lengthen those arms down by your hips. Closing the eyes, taking a nice deep breath here. And sigh it all out. Another deep breath. Exhale with a sigh. Closing the eyes. Bringing those palms facing up in a receptive manner. Or if you need to feel grounded today, palms touch the earth. Starting to connect with your breath. Acknowledge all the effort that you put into today's practice and then let it go. Giving yourself a pat on the back for showing up on the mat. And taking care of yourself, giving yourself this beautiful time of self-care. Joining me today. The divine light in me sees, honors, and bows to that same light in each of you. Make sure you practice a beautiful time of Savasana. Namaste.